interdisciplinary research is becoming very popular, which means we have to work together each other. For example, let's have one topic, but we are looking at the topic from different perspectives. For example, my field is exercise science, and then the other field could be like a transportation. But you can take a look at one topic from different view. If then, we cannot acknowledge their diversity, and then they should acknowledge my diversity, and then we kind of accept this and then incorporate these different views into just one, the topic view to come up with the best research, the topic or outcomes.
Well, when I think about research, I think about the inclusion and diversity in terms of who's conducting the research. I think of inclusion and diversity in terms of who are the subjects of the research. I think of inclusion and diversity in some of the methodologies we approach, because some of the methodologies are very much wedded to a particular perspective or a particular, group.
If you did a study and you were a white person and your sample was white, your results will only be effective for the population that you studied unless you brought in people of color. So for research, we have to ask those same questions. Are the people that we're studying representative of all backgrounds? Are the people collecting the data multicultural as well? The people analyzing the data, are they multicultural as well? Because that also impacts the findings of your study, because we all bring in different biases.
So we have to look at the idea of bringing diverse perspectives when we're conducting research, and then we also have to listen to the voices of those who we're conducting the research with or on.
Are the instruments we're using, are they culturally biased? So if a white person created the instrument from their worldview, it may not be relevant to a person of color. So we just always ask those questions in research and put that at the forefront, because research is supposed to be about improving the conditions, and it should be the conditions of all people, not just one race.
So diversity, sometimes we look deliberately to make our research diverse by the population we choose, the researchers we choose, the participants we choose. But I think that diversity cannot be divorced from research. It's part and parcel of it. You can't get away from it. You can't pretend that it's not there. It's there by who conducts it. It's there by what their perspective is. It's there by how aware they are of their own perspective. It's part and parcel of the research.
My research agenda is centered in social justice. So I was an elementary school teacher, and my doctorate is in language and literacy, and I spent 2 years co-teaching with an elementary school teacher, looking at how to deliver literacy curriculum that is cognizant of social justice, with a particular focus on gender and sexuality.
My research, both areas of my research has a diversity and inclusion diversity and inclusion component completely embedded in it. So I look at academic outcomes for black students, particularly at predominantly white institutions. Well, right in the description, you have the diversity piece, because it's a diversity around race, as well as the inclusion, that many times black students have not been included in higher education, particularly at predominantly white institutions. So what is happening for those students in those spaces?
My research interest is focusing on at-risk families, specifically immigrant families, which touch on, again, a lot of diversity for the population that I work with.
What I'm interested in terms of research is to look at how people learn second languages. And if I'm looking at how people learn second languages in the United States, then I absolutely have to rely on diverse populations. And so I would pretty much be doing a disservice to my field if I were using a very homogeneous group of people to look at how people learn languages, right? Because people of all different native language backgrounds learn a second or third or fourth language. So I need a diverse population to do research.
Much of my research deals with educational law, and typically somehow within that we're always concerned about minority rights. So while oftentimes majority makes law, policy, and so forth, in the United States, we still have to be very concerned with minority rights. So we don't marginalize those people in schools. We're making the safest environment possible for the best educational atmosphere so that all students can learn.